What if you could get a direct message from you, but from 20 years in the future? What would your 45-year-old self tell you about money? What are the hard-earned lessons they'd want you to know right now, at 25, to save you from years of trial and error? Well, today, we're going to listen in on that exact conversation.
And this really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's not about some giant, complicated lecture. The advice that actually changes your life, the stuff that really matters, it's usually simple, it's direct, and it cuts right to the heart of the matter.
So yeah, that's what this is. We're about to distill decades of financial experience into the few key lessons that can give you an absolutely massive head start in life. Let's do it.
Okay, first things first. Before we even get into the nuts and bolts of budgeting or investing, we have to talk about your mindset. Seriously, how you think about money is going to determine every single thing you do with it. This is the foundational lesson. Right now, at 25, it feels totally normal to trade your time for money. You work overtime, you pick up a side hustle, whatever it takes. But the real long-term goal is to completely flip that equation. The ultimate point of money isn't just to have more stuff. It's to buy back your most precious non-renewable resource, your time. Every dollar you save today is a little piece of future freedom. Oh man, this one is all about the journey from ego to humility. When you're 25, you've got all this confidence, right? You think you can outsmart the system, pick the next big stock. But what you learn over time is that the real secret weapon isn't being a genius. It's being boringly consistent. It's about accepting that a simple, steady approach, like investing in index funds, will almost always win over a clever, complicated one.
This is a huge one. If you find yourself constantly overspending, the solution isn't a better spreadsheet. You have to ask why. Are you shopping online because you're bored? Are you ordering takeout all the time because you're stressed and exhausted? See, you can't budget your way out of an emotional habit. You got to see the problem for what it really is and tackle the root cause first.
Okay, so with that mindset shift in place, let's talk about where the rubber meets the road. We're going to look at the practical, everyday traps where those bad habits show up, the sneaky things that just quietly drain your bank account, especially when you're just starting out.
Ah yes, lifestyle inflation. This is the silent wealth killer. You get a raise? Awesome. But the first impulse is to spend more. You know, a nicer car, a bigger apartment, fancier restaurants. And look, it feels like you've earned it. But if you're not careful, your spending just expands to meet your new income, and you're left no better off than before.
And this is exactly what it looks like in practice. You're working harder, you're earning more money, but you're not actually making any financial progress. You're just running faster on this treadmill, going nowhere. So here's the trick. The moment you get a raise, you have to pre-commit to saving or investing at least half of that new money before it even hits your checking account. Automate it. Get it out of sight, out of mind.
This is such a classic mistake we all make. We get so fixated on the sticker price that we forget to think about the true cost over time. I mean, look at this. The so-called expensive boots are actually more than 3 times cheaper per year. For things you use all the time, a good coat, a solid pair of shoes, a decent mattress, investing in quality isn't actually spending more. It's saving money in the long run.
You have to remember this. The purchase price is just the entry fee. The big toys, they come with this whole universe of ongoing costs. So before you pull the trigger on that car or that boat, you have to calculate the total cost of ownership. You might be surprised to find that the affordable purchase is actually a massive, permanent drain on your finances for years to come.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. Building real wealth. This isn't about getting rich quick, okay? This is about getting rich for sure. It's all about using the single greatest asset you have right now at age 25, time. So at 25, you see this, and it just looks like $100. It's a nice dinner out, a new pair of shoes, whatever. But what's its real value? What are you actually giving up when you decide to spend this $100 today? And here is where the magic happens. Thanks to the incredible power of compound growth, that one-time investment of $100 at age 25 could become $1,600 by the time you retire, and you never have to touch it again. So think about it. Every dollar you spend today isn't just a dollar. It's the $16 it could have become. That's the real cost.
You know, the funny thing is, the mechanics of investing are actually pretty simple. You buy some low-cost index funds and you hold them for a really long time. The hard part isn't the what to do, it's actually doing it. It's not freaking out and selling when the market takes a dive. Success here has way less to do with your IQ and way more to do with your emotional control.
So how do you control your behavior? You don't. You take your emotions out of the equation entirely by building systems. Don't rely on willpower. Your good intentions to save more this month are going to fail you. But a system that automatically pulls money from your paycheck and invests it every single month, that cannot fail. You need to build systems that make good financial decisions the default setting.
All right, our final section, and this might be the most important one. What is all of this for? What's the end game? Because if you don't have a finish line, you're just running an endless race.
Think about it. A fancy car, a designer watch. That gives you a quick hit of status, sure, but that feeling fades fast. You know what doesn't fade? Financial security. Knowing you have a fully funded emergency fund. Knowing a surprise expense won't wreck you. That provides this deep, lasting sense of peace that you feel every single day. Always, always choose peace over status.
The key, then, is to define your finish line. Enough shouldn't be some vague, fuzzy feeling. It needs to be a number. A really common rule of thumb is to save up 25 times whatever you spend in a year. As soon as you have a specific target like that, saving and investing stops being this abstract chore. It becomes a winnable game with a very real prize at the end, your freedom. Look, those 20 years between you right now and your 45-year-old self, they're going to fly by faster than you can possibly imagine. The choices you make today will literally determine the options they have then. So don't just listen to this and think, that was interesting. Take one lesson, just one, and turn it into an action. Right now. Set up that automatic transfer. Calculate your enough number. Trust me, your future self will be profoundly grateful that you did.